Magandang araw muli sa inyong lahat. Welcome sa ating channel, Sir Lopez Vlog. Sa araw na ito ay isa na namang self-evaluation ang ating gagawin dito sa subject na Specialized Crime Investigation with Legal Medicine. Intended primarily ito sa mga nagre-review for the board examination at the same time para sa ating mga estudyante na naka-enroll sa kursong Criminology. Okay? Ang mga kasagutan ay makikita lamang dito sa ating description box. Okay, kung nakanda na tayo, start na natin sa question number 1. Upon arrival at the crime scene, the assailant, through inquiry, is still in the vicinity. If you are the police officer, what are you going to do? A. Shoot the assailant immediately with your gun to prevent him from escaping. Letter B. Secure warrant for the arrest of the assailant. Letter C, arrest immediately. Or letter D, congratulate him for job well done. Question number 2. As a rule, do not touch, after, or remove anything at the crime scene until letter A, arraignment of the accused. Letter B, the evidence has been processed. Letter C, the order of the court is handed to the investigator. Or letter D, the filing of the case in court. Question number 3. Police Officer Pedro arrives at the crime scene. Being an investigator of the case, what do you think Police Officer Pedro will going to record first? A. Time or date of arrival at the crime scene. Letter B. Location of the crime scene. Letter C, condition of the weather, direction of wind, and visibility. Or letter D, all made mention should be recorded. Question number 4. In determining motive, there are 3 sources of information. Which of the following is least included? A, crime scene. B, records. C, friends. Or letter D, social media. Number 5. Marking the collected evidence is necessary for identification purposes. Which of the following evidence should be marked? A. Jewelleries. B. Pubic hair. C. Underwear. Or letter D. Knife. Number 6. This is a tool of criminal investigation wherein the investigator induces the suspect to confess the crime through the process of questioning. A. Instrumentation. B. Interview. C. Interrogation. Or letter D. Information. Number 7. In the evidence collection process at the crime scene, what is the first step to be done? A. Inventory of the evidence collected. Letter B. Preliminary crime scene survey. Letter C. Identification of the evidence to be collected. Or letter D. Marking of evidence. Number 8. This is the process of gaining knowledge of the series of events that surrounds the commission of the crime using deductive and inductive reasoning. A. Crime scene reconstruction. B. Crime scene processing. Letter C. Crime scene evaluation. Or letter D. None of them. Number 9. What kind of sketch is made by the investigator at the crime scene? A. Unfinished sketch. B. Finished sketch. C. Smooth sketch. Or letter D. Rough sketch. Number 10. Deals with the study of major crimes based on the application of special investigative technique. A. Criminal investigation. B. Specialized crime investigation. Letter C. criminal interrogation, or letter D, preliminary investigation. Number 11. This study focuses more on physical evidence, its proper collection, proper handling, identification, and preservation in coordination with the crime laboratory. A. Criminal investigation. B. Specialized crime investigation. Letter C. Criminal interrogation, or letter D. Preliminary investigation. 12. Which of the following deals with specialized crime investigation? A. Seeks all facts associated with the crime to determine the truth. Letter B. Logical inquiry involving possible criminal activity. Letter C. Collection and analysis of facts, or letter D. All of them. 13. Blank is progressive and pervasive. It is quickly adapts itself to change and spread out that will affect the daily life of the society. A. Law. B. Crime. C. Scene, or letter D. Events. Number 14. In specialized crime investigation, the trained investigator of this generation learn heavily on a scientific method and approaches crime problems with a full realization on how scientific method can serve him. A. True. B. False. C. May be true, or letter D. May be false. Number 15. Criminal investigations are conducted primarily for the prevention of crimes. A. True. B. False. C. May be true, or letter D. May be false. Number 16. Referring to the assessment made by the investigator after the crime scene investigation on how the crime is committed. A. Crime scene reconstruction. Letter B. Crime scene enactment or reenactment. Letter C. Crime scene analysis, or letter D. None of them. 17. Referring to an examination on the cadaver to determine the exact cause of death. It should be performed at once when there is the slightest reason to suspect the probability of homicide. A. X-ray. B. Embalming. C. Autopsy, or letter D. Internal operation. Number 18. What tool in criminal investigation is involved when the investigator wanted to get the admission or confession of those suspects who have committed the crime? It is confrontational in nature. A. Interview. B. Instrumentation. C. Interrogation, or letter D. All of them. Number 19. The following are extra skills that can be used by the investigator in situations like arresting and interrogating a certain suspect, except letter A. Knowledge in martial arts. Letter B. Proficiency in firearms. Letter C. Knowledge of the law, or letter D. Expertise in singing and dancing. Number 20. In sketch, what is pointed in the compass direction? A. South. B. West. C. East, or letter D. North. 21. What kind of examination is used to determine the cause of death of the crime victim? A. Ante-mortem examination. B. Post-mortem examination. C. Dying declaration, examination, or letter D. Interrogation method. 22. Post-mortem examination is carried out by letter A. Investigator, B. Police, C. Chemist, or letter D. Pathologist. Next, 23. What kind of medical profession have specifically studied the science of diagnosing diseases by examining a diseased patient's organs and tissues? A. Criminologist, B. Pathologist, letter C. Cardiologist, or letter D. OB. Gynecologist. 24. Science that seeks to collect evidence from a crime scene with the purpose to reach out to the criminal. A. Criminal investigation. Letter B. Investigation. Letter C. Interrogation. Or letter D. All of them. Next, 25. This is a kind of criminal investigation which carried out when the crime is already committed. A. Reactive investigation. Letter B. Proactive investigation. Letter C. Criminal investigation. Or letter D. None of them. Okay, so hanggang dito na lamang ang ating self-evaluation sa araw na ito. Tignan nyo na kung ilan ang iyong nakuha gamit ang key to correction na makikita sa ating description box. Alright, so maraming salamat sa inyong mga participation. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment to our channel. Okay, so hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat. See you again next meeting.